Your boy Roto Beast. I'm here to present you my NBA core plays for Wednesday, November 21st. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all my NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. If you haven't came and checked out our new website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily Fanduel and Draftkings cash lineups. We got everything. Truly, like I said, man, one-stop shop for everything. Come check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. So, hey, how you guys doing out there today, man? Thanksgiving's tomorrow. We just broke down our slate, the Thanksgiving slate for NFL. Definitely looking to make some money in the next couple of days. Get ready for the holidays. Got a monster slate tonight, 13 games. Real quick, before I do get into this slate, though, one thing I quickly just wanted to mention is, a lot of people I feel are coming to our site just because they just want to play our cash lineups. Yes, I mean, our cash lineups have been on fire. We're winning about 75% of the time to start the NBA season. So that is definitely a bright spot on our site. But we have so much other things outside of our cash lineups. Our optimizer has been on absolute fire. I always tell everybody, hey, run the optimizer, max in or 150 lineups. Even if it's only, in the 25-cent entry, that's fine. But you're giving yourself so much upside when you're using the optimizer in a tournament, throwing in a bunch of entries. So you throw in your entries, cover it with our cash lineups. That's a smart way to give yourself some upside every single night. And if the optimizer and the lineups bust, you have your cash lineups covering that. You break even on the night and you move on. Definitely just want to highly recommend use the optimizer. It's been going very, very, very well. We just had a customer post in our private chat right now. The past 3 days in a row, he's used the optimizer, and he's at least doubled his money. Last night, he maxed under the 25-cent, $37, and he turned it into almost $300. Almost a 10 times return on investment with the optimizer. And like I said, even if the cash line busts on that night, but the optimizer does well, you're still going to come out with some money. So definitely take advantage of everything that we have. Our optimizer, cash lines, we have daily player pools. So if we send out a lineup and you don't like a guy, but you've been looking at the player pool and you've been liking another guy, you could simply swap them in and out. You don't have to play the absolute exact lineup that we're playing. We're giving you all the tools to make your own educated decisions every single night as well. So I just wanted to get that out there. Like, I really want people to be using our optimizer. I mean, it's been on fire, and I love the optimizers, and every single day, pretty much, we're adding new features every day. So definitely, like I said, check it out. So I'm ready to get into this core. There's definitely some injury news that's already came out, some injury news that we're waiting on. So let me see. I was just checking the chat, just making sure that I didn't have no questions. So I mean, this is a perfect example, something that I was just telling you guys right now. So we have Zach. He's a VIP member with us, and he initially came through and he was like, hey man, I'm just looking for some cash lines, etc. I want to double my money. I was telling Zach, hey, check out the optimizer, check it out. So he was just saying in our live chat, you feel free to jump in there, that yesterday he threw in 150 lineups, $37 in the 25-cent, and he made $200. Come on, man, 37 and $200. Who doesn't want that? And like I said, even if he didn't do that, but the cash line went off, it's multiple ways of kind of covering your money, hedging your bets, giving yourself some upside, playing the cash lines and playing the optimizer, entries as well. It's just something that I definitely recommend to everybody. Really. So I'm gonna jump into this core. Sorry for rambling on. I'm just trying to express the importance of, obviously we do have the cash lines, but we have so much more, and I want everybody to be using all of our tools. Get your money's worth, man. Definitely. So we'll start on this slate. First thing first, the guy I'm going to go with Westbrook. Obviously, going against Kevin Durant, his old teammate, going against the Golden State Warriors. 11,000. This is a very fair price tag for Westbrook. Very, very fair. I mean, last game he didn't show no signs of being hurt or no signs of needing to jump back into things. He jumped right back into it against Sacramento. Played 36 minutes, got you 29 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals for 60 fantasy points. This is what Westbrook does. And now he's going to have a little chip on his shoulder, like I said, not only going against the best team in the league, but going against his old teammate in Kevin Durant that he absolutely hates. We know that the Warriors are struggling right now. Curry's out. Draymond's out. This is a very winnable game in Golden State. And Westbrook is one of those guys, he would love to go into Golden State and upset the crowd. I love Westbrook in this spot. Definitely think he's a really good play on the slate. Very good core play. Got to start with Westbrook, 11,000. He's still a little bit underpriced. Then we're going to go, I'm going to say really quick in the point guard's position. So it's already been ruled out. It's already been ruled that Kawhi Leonard is out tonight for rest. I definitely think the guy that you want to look at with Leonard out is going to be Fred VanVleet, 4,500. For him to hit value, we need about 27. Last game that Leonard was out, VanVleet started the game, and he actually played very well. He only played 29 minutes because they ended up turning into a blowout, but he scored 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a block and a steal for 34 fantasy points. This guy, when he gets minutes, he puts up fantasy points. If you're going to tell me he's going to play close to 30 minutes tonight, I'm going against the Hawks, a very young team who plays fast. Man, I absolutely love VanVleet in this spot. I definitely think he's my second core play on the night. Like I said, he's one of my top plays if he's going to start again for Leonard. Next, we're going to go to the shooting guard position. And I'm going to be honest, I literally, before I made this video, I went about 15 minutes back and forth. Do I want to go with Zach LaVine or do I want to go with Booker? Both of these guys are in absolutely great spots, okay? Going against each other head-to-head. Some people would say, well, I mean, you just default and you go with Booker because he's $400 less. But Booker has Warren. He has Ayton. He has a couple guys that can score the ball. Zach LaVine is the team in Chicago. I mean, in my opinion, he is the guy. Jabari Parker has been underperforming. You got the guy Wendell Carter, but they're not playing him minutes. Zach LaVine is the guy. This guy's crazy because he has the third highest usage rate in the league of 32%. He's only behind Russell Westbrook and James Harden, who we know both have the ball in their hands a ton. And the crazy thing is you got James Harden, you got Russell Westbrook. Both of those guys are 11,000 plus, okay? And then you got the guy with the third highest usage rate is Zach LaVine, who's only 8,300. In my opinion, this guy's underpriced. How is he going to have the third highest usage rate in the league and barely be 8,000? So I like Zach LaVine a lot, and I'm going to go with him. He's going to be the guy that I'm going to throw in this core. I definitely think he's in a great spot, and he's going to have a good game against the Suns. I definitely could see him having a monster game right here, and I could see him and Booker just going back and forth at each other. One thing I will note, though, is last game, Phoenix actually moved Booker to the point guard. Moved Booker to the point guard spot. I said, fuck it, we're going to start him there. So I don't know if we're going to directly see a lot of Booker and LaVine going at each other. But either way, they're going to be taking turns going back and forth, up and down the court for their teams. I like Zach LaVine a lot. Then we're going to go to the small forward position. Don't get me wrong, man. Do not get me wrong. I love LeBron James on this slate. Going back home to Cleveland, I think he's in a monster spot to have a really good game. And I actually really like Antetokounmpo as well, 11.4. Both of these guys are really good plays. Don't get me wrong. I really like these guys. But I'm going to go with Kevin Durant, man. With no Draymond, with no Curry, they need this guy to do everything. Now he's getting a matchup against his old team, against Russell Westbrook, a guy that he absolutely – they don't like each other. It is what it is. That's been noted. Westbrook really felt played when Kevin Durant left. So, yeah, man, I love Kevin Durant tonight. If the Warriors have any chance to beat OKC, it's going to be because Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson have really, really good games. So I like Kevin Durant. He's going to be my next core play. And then lastly, I mean, this guy – I was going back and forth. Trying to find some value for you guys. And my biggest two value plays We're both for the 76ers, actually. I really like Wilson Chandler. The guy, his minutes are starting to get up, and the price tag hasn't caught up yet. I mean, I understand he hasn't had nothing special. He's only scored 2 points in 3 straight games, but we know this guy can score the ball. This guy has been underperforming. Last game, though, the fact he got jumped up to 31 minutes, if he's going to play even 28 minutes in this game against the Pelicans at a 3.8 price tag, I love him. I think he's a really, really good punt play. I like Wilson Chandler a lot. It's just all about eventually he has 40 fantasy point upside. He has 10 times upside on this price tag, and he hasn't had the monster game yet. And I just feel like it's coming. I definitely feel like it's coming. And it could be tonight. You know, you got Joel Embiid. He's going to be banging with Anthony Davis. That's a tough matchup. Okay. And then you got, Butler or Simmons is going to be going against Drew Holiday, a really good matchup. It's a tough spot. So they're going to need some scoring. And I definitely think Wilson Chandler can have a breakout game tonight. 3,800, I think he's worth the punt. And if he doesn't, then it's all right. The price tag is so cheap. We'll use him as our throwaway player, and we'll move on. So I think, I was looking at Wilson Chandler, and I was actually looking at his teammate, Mike Muscala. I really like both of the guys a lot. I just like the fact that Chandler is starting now. He's going to play around 30 minutes, and he's going to start scoring the ball more than he has. So Chandler is going to be my final core play on this slate. Leaves you almost 5,500 to fill this out. I think this is a really good core. I think this is a really good way to start the night. Like I said, if Fred VanVleet starts tonight, he's 180% lock for me. Easy. So, I'll wait a second. If you guys got any questions or you guys want to talk real quick about some people on this slate, hit me in the live comment chat real quick, and I'll definitely get to those questions for you. And if not, this is really my core. This is really where I'm at. And the cool thing about this is you can go on the site, go to the optimizer, lock in a couple guys that you think are really good plays and run 150 lines. It's very doable. You can take down a tournament. You can take down a tournament with our tools that we're providing you. Everybody wants to take a tournament down, but everybody wants the easy way of taking it down. There is no easy ways. If you're using one lineup and you're throwing it into a tournament that has 50,000 people, you're pretty much just throwing a needle in a haystack. Okay, there is no really easy ways. But if you have a core that you love and you lock in your core and you run 150 variations of it, and you're bound to have something get up there for you. Definitely, especially if the core does very well. So make sure to take advantage of all of our tools. So real quick, we got Dwayne Fortner. Are these guys good for DraftKings as well? Yeah, no, definitely. These guys are really good for DraftKings as well. The only difference is the pricing is a little bit different on DraftKings. So one may be a little bit overpriced compared on FanDuel. They're a little bit underpriced, etc. But the actual plays, I really like the plays. The only guy that I don't know if I would throw in on DraftKings, it depends on if he's dirt cheap, would be Chandler. But these other 4 guys are absolute. I love these guys tonight. And like I said, Chandler was just my throwaway cheap guy. He's going to play 30 minutes with 40 fantasy point upside. So we got, how about Marc Gasol? So Paul, we actually we did a slate breakdown last night. It's a couple of videos ahead of this one, and we talked a lot about Marc Gasol. I think Marc Gasol is a really good play on this slate. San Antonio, they don't have a real big man. Aldridge is a power forward. He's not a center, and Marc Gasol is a really good defender, and he's been playing a ton of minutes. He can definitely get some boards against San Antonio. Definitely like Marc Gasol tonight. Value at center. Let me quickly look. So at center, I don't know. My number one value play at center tonight would be Mike Muscala. He's a guy that I mentioned in my core. This guy's been playing minutes. He's going to be the backup center for Embiid. He's going to get a little bit of power forward minutes. And he just does a little bit of everything. He's more like the stretch 5. He's going to get some threes. He can hit threes, and if they're going down, he can have a monster game for you. 4,000, you need 20 for value, and he's got you at least 19 in 4 of the past 5. So if you're looking for a value play at center, I definitely think the top one is Mike Muscala tonight, especially too, we can see a situation where, Embiid could get in foul trouble against Anthony Davis, and they're going to need Muscala to play a couple extra big man minutes. So he's my premier value play at center tonight. Dedmon, I don't know, honestly, what to do with the whole Dedmon and Alex Len situation, to be honest with you. If Alex Len is ruled out, I know he's a game-time decision with his back. If he's ruled out, then I definitely think you could look at Dedmon as a cheap play. But that's really on if Alex Len plays or not for Dedmon for me. Chicago value plays and late night studs is where I'm at tonight. Yeah, I mean, we're on the same, but I'm not really looking at the Chicago value plays too much. But I definitely love Zach LaVine in this spot tonight. And I think that's all I got for you guys, man. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. My boy Jeremy, he put up his G. This is more of a cash game core. My boy Jeremy actually put up his GPP core over there on the DFS Cheat Sheet YouTube channel as well. Make sure and go subscribe to that. Check out all his videos he has going on up there. Hey, things have been going good for us, man. Join the money team. Stop missing out. I mean, the problem is people all expect to win every single night. You can't win every single night in DFS, but if you win at least 60, 65% of the time, hey, then you're winning. You're going to come out ahead at the end of the day. So definitely stick to your process, whether you win or lose every single night. Make sure, hey, run the optimizer, throw some lines in GPP, cover it with the cash lines. That's the strategy that I've been going with, and I've been having some great success to start the season so far. Thanks very much, guys, for watching this video. Any questions, definitely you can send me a message on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at RotoBeast. Make sure and go follow. Make sure and subscribe to this channel as well. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.